They say that the darkest hours are just before the dawn, but the night of 28th February was darkest for the Middle East. It happened something that we never accepted. Well, the war is between Iran and Israel is running since long, but it took a fire on 28th February. Well, I'm Kainat and today we are going to disclose the war between Israel, Iran and America. Well, to understand the situation, Amansa will continue.
Okay, so guys, this is me, Aman, and now we are going to start the things like how they started. So let me tell you a little bit about the past of Iran and America and Israel relationship. So before 1979, Israel and America, Iran and America relationship were very good. Even if I tell you the relationship, the friendly nature was absolutely good. But when in the time of in the year 1979 when the Islamic revolution came in Iran, the things changed completely, because when this revolution came in Iran, it became Islamic country. If I tell you specifically, it became Shia majority country, and which affected the things so much. Like, if I tell you, as in the Middle East country, lot of, like, all the countries are Islamic countries, and majorly most of them are Sunni majority countries. So they were started to feel threats from the Iran that it will influence the other countries too for the Shia communities, and because of that they are feeling threatened. And one more thing, after that, as you know, World War II, after the World War II, Iran put one big question on the existence of Israel. And because of that, Israel also started to have some threatening points regarding it. So, yeah, after that, as in the during that things, Iran was also in the war with Iraq because of these same issues, and then things started to change. Okay, so this was the part of history. If we see the current situation, so let me explain you a little bit. I think most of the guys are aware about it. So the current situation is like this. On 28th February, yeah, like there were attacks being done on Dubai. So earlier when it was done by the side of Israel, people were not aware that much. But when Iran attacked on Dubai and the other Middle East countries, so people were shocked that these were the safest country and now the war is not between them only. The war is between the world. Now we can also see that Iran is using a kind of strategy we call dominoes effect. Yes. Where it is not only about them, like America, Iran and Israel, but it is about the world. Iran are Iran is taking some of the steps, like, of course, the we are suffering from crude oils, like we are suffering from scarcity. Okay, so these are the things affecting not only them but the entire world. Now, what will happen by this? That the world will create pressure on America and Israel to stop the war. But what we are seeing, what, that earlier America was saying that it will run for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, yeah, but it's not more than 4 weeks. It is more than 4 weeks, and people stated that it will be continued for at least 2 to 3 weeks more. Yeah. So situation feels like out of control, but we have a lot of points to discuss. So we will continue discussing geopolitics and technology. Okay, so before that, let's discuss about what's the main core reason about the war. Okay. Yeah, that's important. So let me tell you guys, the main reason is, as I told, after the completion of the war between Iran and Iraq in 1988, Iran wanted to be nuclearly powered country, because, as you know, by being in the war, not having nuclear power energies and all those stuff it makes the country a little backward. Okay, so to get that, Iran started to enrich uranium as much as he can, because the raw uranium that we get from the earth is not able or suitable for making nuclear weapons or get nuclear energies like thermal energies, electric energies. Okay, so for that it wanted to be nuclearly powered, but America on the other side doesn't want it at all, because let me tell you, America, as you know, Israel and America are having very good relationships. So, Israel, what was that in the point of view of Israel, that if Iran would become nuclear powered, so Ir- Israel will be its first target. Okay, and what was the point of view of US? It was that because Middle East countries are already unstable, and with this, if Iran will get nuclearly powered, then it will become more unstable, right? So it was the main factor. So because of that, all the
That's right.
sanctions and
Whatever
all
you
of this.
stated is absolutely fake. But my point is that we have not seen any statement by the side of Iran. They never said that we are nuclear powered. And now if US is only doubting them, how we can confirm it? Because there are no factorials that they are nuclear powered. So it's a question mark on them. That still why America is in this. Like, what are the demands now for America that they are still in this war?
Yes, I do agree with you that Iran is not nuclearly powered, but it want to be. Like as I told earlier too, it wanted to become and get all those nuclear powers, but as US did not want that Iran becomes that. So what it did, US puts very intense economical sanctions on Iran, so that it could pressurize Iran to stop all that, and all this thing become very intense, so that both the countries came on the stage where all of them are in a stalemate position.
Okay, I also think so because there were some nuclear activities happening in Iran, that's why it started. But still, why it is still continuing, we don't know. Now, let us talk about the other things where the world is getting advantage or not. So, I think we know that two countries who is receiving the advantage of it, obviously China and Russia.
Russia.
So, let me explain how Russia is getting the profit. I think because the world is suffering from scarcity of crude oil, and we know that Russia is having enough crude oil to supply overall the world. So now, when the things are stopped, so now Russia is taking over it and circulating its crude oil all over the world. Earlier, US stopped Russia to supply crude oil, and they denied all the countries to even receive that. So now America also allowed Russia to circulate it. Now there's a point that they are getting the profits, but still because of not because of that we are still not able to get enough crude oil in supply in the world. So obviously the war is continuing, and we will suffer, and we will suffer from more scarcity of other things also. Like in India, we are suffering from
Lack of LPG.
LPG. So in future, there might be more scarcity of other things because the world is, we cannot say that it's stopping or not. Now there's a part of China. So what's your point of view on that?
Okay, if it comes to China, I feel China is also getting so much very big advantage, because let me tell you, actually there are two things. Second thing is not verified; it is rumors. But first thing I'm sure about that. As you know, Iran is having the advantage of geography. Okay, because of that, and if you are aware of Strait of Hormuz, it's a very narrow water body through which all the ships imports, like from the Middle East countries, they export the oils, crude oil, LPGs, fertilizers, all the things. So they export their goods by that which goes through that Strait of Hormuz. But now what's happening? Iran has taken control over that. Now it's not allowing ships to go to the other countries, okay, which is stopping the import export of the whole world, and it is affecting the world. Like if I tell about India too, as ma'am told, it's like we are suffering from lack of LPGs and crude oil. Okay, so now what is the advantage of China here? As Iran and China are having very good relationship, so what Iran is saying that is now you may, like if you want to do export and import, then you should not do it in dollars. I want that you start doing that in yen, Chinese yen. So if it will start happening, then China will get so much advantage. Its currency will get so much value. So directly or indirectly, it will become very economically strong. If I talk about the second thing, that is not verified, but still let me tell you. As you know, US is taking care of all the world. It's being like a monitor of the world.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you know, there is a very small country nearby China, which is Taiwan. So, China says Taiwan is mine, but some countries consider Taiwan as independent country, but some are not. India consider Taiwan is an independent country, but China says it's mine. So he want to acquire that. It want that China want that I should take control because Taiwan is the biggest exporter and maker of chips and all those, as you know, in the evolution of AI. So it is China is only waiting that once US do something like that, something immoral, so that it could get the opportunity or access to do same thing with Taiwan, so that it could acquire the things. So I feel it can be there.
Yeah, that makes sense, but as it's not verified, you cannot verify it.
Yeah.
So here is one another point I think we should discuss about, that is technology and this digital era, where we feel that definitely America and Israel are the powerful countries, but Iran took some actions which is definitely affecting both the countries. They are affecting economically to them. So recently, I think I read about it. So I found that Iran just banned or discontinued the application approximately around 50. So I think this is a huge step, because if a country banned the 50 applications, so there will be a drastic change in the graphs, and the companies like Google, Meta, and other things. So they will also suffer a lot from it. So economically, if I say that Iran is taking very mature actions which we never expected from a small country. When the war started, people thought that Iran will give up after a few days, but still it's fighting. That's a huge point, and that was my point. What do you think
Okay.
that in technology, what we can learn?
And if I talk about in the technology or the advancement which country is having, then I feel yes, Israel and US are having advantage for. And as you all know that US and Israel both are nuclearly powered countries, so they are having advantage. I feel.
Definitely. So I feel like we covered the points which we never see going on the internet. We covered a different part of this war, which we found that we have done it approximately. So with this, I would like to add. But what do you think that for how long this can continue?
Yeah, please let us know your viewpoints in the comment section.
I hope you liked it.